Hello and welcome to this video. We're going to be talking about a very important topic at this time. It's about now combining tables together, and we're going to look at the different type of joins that takes place between two tables. The most common joins is the inner joins, which return records that have matching values in both tables. And this is the one here to the left is the inner join. It's like an intersection, like the AND operators, where both of them must have the record in common. Left join returns all the records from the left table and the matched record from the right table as well. And this is this one here, as you noticed. And right join does return all record from the right table and the matched record from the left table as well. And the full, which is equivalent to the OR operators, logically speaking here, it really has to do with returning all records when there is a match, either left or right tables. The only time we don't get if there is absolutely no match. Return all records when there is a match in either left or right table. So we're going to focus initially on the inner join, and let's go ahead and take an example in order to illustrate this very quickly. First of all, we need to refresh our memory a little bit about those tables that we have. If I take a look at the table that I'm going to be discussing here with you in the inner join, it's going to be between customer tables and the order tables. And we need to examine those before we even do anything else. In the order table, if I run this and I run it immediately, you notice we have order ID, customer ID, employees IDs, order date, and shipper ID. If I take a look at the customers table, we need to see some sort of linkage between the two tables. So if we take in here about customers and the order, we need to find that the customer ID is actually in the order table. If we, as a result, we know that the relationship between the customer table and the order table is one to many. And the one here is the customers and the orders is actually the many. Why? Because we have the customer ID inside the order table. Let me repeat this one more time. The relationship between the two tables, customers is the one and orders is the many. Therefore, the customer ID, which happens to be the primary key in the customer table, is going to become the foreign key in the order tables. And based on that understanding, we could go ahead and create the inner join between the two tables. Let's go ahead and do it. So the first thing I wanted to do is to go ahead and say select, and now we're going to name tables by their name. Here we go. Let me go ahead and get rid of this. Saying here select orders. This is the name, orders, order ID. Okay. Customer and customer name. So I'm actually getting the order ID. I forgot here the ID. Okay. And customer's name. Okay. Let's go ahead and do that from order, the order tables. Okay. Now, inner join, meaning join the table inner. It's going to be the intersection in the middle. Which table that we're going to inner join with is basically the customer table. That's that I'm discussing the relationship between those two tables. Now the keyword here on inner join the second table, which happens to be the customers on what? On the foreign key and the primary key. The foreign key in this case is the customer ID. That is orders customer ID must be equal to customer, which is the customer ID. It's the primary key in that table. Customer's ID. It doesn't matter which order they come. I will show you here in a second. If I run this without any problems, notice here I got the order IDs and I got the customer's name. All right, and this is this is basically each one of those unique customers, orders, along with the customer ID, because the customer ID can actually have multiple orders. If you notice, the order ID is the primary key for the order table, but the customer ID is the primary key for the customer table. So, and here we're trying to join those together through the customer ID, which is, if I do here, change this one here, just to show you the order doesn't matter. Here we go. If I change this to, say, customers, here we go. I'm going to go ahead and say customers, and I want to change this to order, just not to be confused in the future when you see different orders. And if I change here, even from customer, go ahead and with this customers, as long as this is joined in order, but it will make different later when we have multiple tables. This is only two tables here, orders. If I run this, it shouldn't really make a difference. So I notice I have the exact outcome from both queries. So you select, first of all, whatever you want to select. You could add additional attributes in order to get an additional field to show from customers, inner join orders. So the order of how I did actually write the two tables doesn't matter. On, that's a keyword we must have. Also, we need to understand the nature of the relationship between the two tables. Customers is the one, order is the many. They both have the customer IDs. Okay, we could not say customers dot order ID because customer doesn't have the order ID. The order ID is inside the order table, which is the primary key for that table. That's what it has here. So this is coming from the order table, and this is coming from the customers table. I hope this makes sense. I hope you will be able to practice with more example, as we will see in the next video. Thank you for watching.